much. Thank you all. Thank you, Elid, for giving the opportunity to IBM to talk about Smarter City. Uh, Especially, I thank you for the platform that you set up for a Smarter City approach that we're going to talk through IBM. Um, I think fundamentals, I think, is nicely defined in terms of infrastructure, in terms of engagement, the value proposition, analytics. On the similar line, we're going to talk about today what organization like IBM can offer and what we understand from our almost around 5 years of engagement from 2,500 plus engagement worldwide in these smarter cities. Okay? So I guess, I'm okay with anybody taking a shot on and what's their mind a smart city, how a smart city should look like. If anybody want to like to respond, yeah, okay. Anyone? Okay. So I think fundamental change which has happened past so many years, if you notice, obviously the increase in the instrumentation. I think you see instrumentation everywhere. Okay? You see a lot of chips almost in billions around in the world. So you see a lot of instrumentation already there. You also observe a lot of interconnection. Okay? So interconnection is also happening. Those devices are talking to each other. A lot of systems are talking. What we focus today on the intelligence part of it. Okay, how do I derive the intelligence from that? It's not about just those devices. It is not just about internet. How much value you drive, how much you make best use of those resources to give cities a flavor of a smarter city. So that's where I'm going to just touch upon today's agenda. So if you see, I think every leader across the world who are aiming to serve citizen, their aim is to provide efficient services to the citizen. And that's how people are demanding today. The kind of facets of those smarter cities, if you go through this, we got planning and management, okay, which is like urban planning, infrastructure development, government and agency administration, those kind of aspects, to the basic infrastructure, which is energy, power, utilities, kind of a stuff, to the human part of it, which is the social service delivery benefits to the end customer. So these are the prime, I would say, subsystems of any city. Okay? And that's where change is happening. This is where the focus is happening. I think I heard my colleague just mentioned about the kind of influx, the kind of people who are moving into cities. So obviously there is a lot of load on the resources, lot of load on the infrastructure. So how do I drive maximum out of it is what we're going to talk about. I think these are self-explanatory. In a smarter city perspective, all these fundamentals, having a great public safety, need to have a great transportation, health services, communication, all of that stuff is required. Okay, right? I think everybody agree with that. And how do I make it effective for the citizen is the end goal for us, right? Another important part, I think, in any city which are moving towards smarter city or otherwise too, is the important fact that most of these systems under city as a system are interconnected. So you have business connected with transport with the energy. If you have a better transport system in city, obviously your you can say tourism would be increased, right? So if you have better healthcare in the system, similarly if you have better safety in the city. So I think all of those subsystems are interconnected normally, right? So one subsystem impact the other one to the end citizen. However, in real world, I think the correlation part, I think we observe is missing in most of these cities. That's the general view of any kind of a city which are there today. While you have, we have just taken an indicative set of departments here at the bottom. While you have cities, infrastructure, data, I think the foundations are same. All of these cities have infrastructure. Either we deploy on-premise or we move ahead in the cloud, all of that stuff. But the fundamental issue I think we observed on all of those cities is the lack of correlation. We still are talking about these departments or subsystem working individually. They're having the view of their own department primarily. Probably the lack of view at the top level also is a big concern. So that's the general scenario across cities, and that's what they probably are aspiring to be, where I have availability of information, I have a common view, I have a 360-degree information, all that stuff. So I think, interestingly, Delhi is going through elections. So I think before elections started, there are a lot of people surface on the ground to show the visibility to the people. I could see some work going on in various roads and all that. Interestingly, somebody just came and dug the road for something, and they closed it. After 1 month, somebody else came and dug the road again and did another work. So, I mean, I don't know use that word, but it sounded very naive to me. I mean, if can't those things be correlated, put together? Can't those work orders be planned together? Can't those departments be interconnected? So I'm sure everybody here go through those kind of experiences. So cities which have evolved to a level, I'm sure they have gone through these issues of data being correlated, put across, and then take an effective decision on top of it. So one single message, key message I want to drive out of it is the need for any smarter city is the need for a kind of a command and control center or a consolidated view, right? That's what they are heading towards, a single city with the interconnected subsystem. And that's where IBM sharing the experiences of learning in the form of cross-collaboration solutions like Intelligent Operations Center. I'm just picking up one example here, though there are various examples where we can have, in terms of safer cities, you can have surveillance, you can have public safety, but I'm just trying to zoom today in the Intelligent Operations Center, one of the solutions through which you're getting a command center or a city view for running the smarter cities more effectively. So this, the approach of this operation center, I think I'll explain you in the next slide. If you look at it, and some of the aspect was touched by previous speaker also, the collaboration across people. Not only collaboration amongst department, but also collaboration with the citizen. So we are looking at some kind of a system which understand various departments, which understand the key performance indicators, which understand what is working in the city, what is not working. So if I have a view as a city mayor or city head, I probably would be focusing on, okay, today I think transport or traffic is an issue, I can see that's red. Okay, today I think the water distribution issues are bothering city, so let's attend that. Maybe I think public safety, there's no major issue there. So one approach is, am I seeing the city from the top level on the basic key performance indicators? So the command center gives me a view of what is happening in terms of these SLAs, what is happening, and then the important thing is, where is it happening? So do I get a geo view of that? What events are coming in my city? So today there is a dharna planned somewhere, today there is a road to be repaired, today that traffic need to be diverted, maybe there is a line to be put, roads to be dug, so maybe water quality would be impacted. So absolutely, the correlation is key amongst all of those subsystems. Unless we put that in place through some means, through some mechanics, through some command center, I think we'll still live in various silos. So this kind of a indicative system will give you the view what is happening, where it is happening. I have probably view of things to sensors, cameras. I think in Singapore, for example, there was a project done in terms of traffic prediction. So people, before leaving or picking a road, they can probably see on the indicator that, okay, this route will give me a hit of maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, so I'll avoid that kind of a road. So through the analytics, all the sensors on the ground, feed from the camera, I think it drives the intelligence, okay, avoid that route because it has a potential of getting choked up in next 15 or 30 minutes. So some level of intelligence, some kind of the smartness is needed while we're talking about all that system. So that's one indicative example. And this kind of a platform, if I just give an indication. So I've just taken few simplistic views for you to understand. Like for UP, we can have a government operations center kind of a thing where you have all the indicators put in place, all the events there, somebody with the appropriate role and access, they can attempt those events. So if I'm an operator, probably I just record it, and then somebody, a water department person can go through it, look at it, and then issue a work order. If it's a line issue, if a water distribution issue, probably open the pipe and all that. So some examples I'm just sharing through those operation center views. Okay, I just take 3-4 minutes more and more than that and be through. So few examples where these kind of intelligence system can help. Either it's a emergency situation, non-emergency system. So your command center can probably take a feed from almost everything. So you can have weather condition, you probably are much more prepared on the flash flood, fire situation. All of that information coming in the command center place. Those events are then transferred to the appropriate people. The standard operating procedures are defined. See, normally many situations, the specific action that need to be taken in certain circumstances, they're probably put into the documents which are lying, dusting somewhere. So here, by automating those processes in forms of SOPs, I think things can move fast and effectively. Similarly, for a city top executive, they want to see how things are happening. Not only in city basic indicators view, they can also have a view about some of these schemes that state is running. It could be CM schemes, it could be citizen-driven collection things like municipal taxes and all that. So everything can come together on an operation center and people can have a better view. I think another important part on the collaboration. So today, at least I know Delhi, I think municipal corporation, they were looking for some kind of a system through which citizen can report back the problem. So if I'm a citizen, if I'm carrying a laptop or a phone, if I notice some garbage is being there on the road, I can take a picture, I can send back to the command center and the appropriate action can be done. So they are looking for more engagement from the citizen to the government. So those kind of action can be initiated through mobile SOPs and stuff like that. So these are some of the examples. In fact, in India, one of the large township in West, they are building a city based on IBM Smarter City. Bangalore Water, they had a problem of water distribution across the state. They are using those kind of a tool to transfer the water. So I think because of time, I'm just stopping here. But fundamentally, it's all about how effectively you collate the information, how effectively you work on it, and how intelligently you use that intelligence to take the effective decision. In last two slides, I'll touch upon one more use case, which is the transportation. Okay. So similarly, like you have a command center, you can also have the intelligent operations center for a transportation. So you would have a view of what traffic going through, what congestion is going through. Maybe I can also have intelligence about certain peak items or peak events which have happened during certain period, like festival, last 2 years, I see the load here. Maybe the bandobast need to be done there. Maybe the resources need to be deployed around. So all of those useful information, I can have it through these kind of a platform. So just an indicative view about an operation center platform. It can be applied to transport, traffic, to the water, disaster, non-disaster, Delhi, stadium, hospital, everywhere. But all of those aspects, I think, touch our life, and I believe those can help cities develop into a smarter cities. Okay, so I'm just taking a pause here. Thank you very much.